All right, people, welcome back. The usual suspects are here, I can see. Calico, we did calculus last night. Just give me a second, team. We're just sorting out a couple of things, and then we should be good to go. What else have I got? 60... $8.58. All right, team. So what we're going to be doing today is wait, can you guys actually hear me, or am I just speaking to myself? Okay, sweet as. All right, let's get going. So we've got Cohere 2019 paper, and from what I can see, we're starting off with a couple of really quick achieved questions, and then merit, excellence, 2 excellences, 1 merit, and 2 achieveds. So that's what we're going to be starting off with. So the achieved questions, as usual, I'll give you guys maybe a couple of minutes to do that, and then we can get going with the rest of the paper. By the way, this is from 2019, so some of them you might not see it as achieved again, but I don't know, we'll see. So these are the first 2 achieved questions. Our probability is tomorrow, Umar. So we'll do a double 2-hour session tomorrow for probability. All right. So how long am I going to give you? Maybe a couple of minutes just to get these out as positive indices, and then we can get started with the next lot of questions. Sport, you probably should be doing practice exam papers right now. No, I'm not going to do either on Monday, because Monday, if I try to do a level 2 stream, it's actually more distracting than helpful, because a lot of people just jump on and can get a bit messy. So I generally don't do tutorials the night before the exam, unless it's level 3. That's the only one I do. Tomorrow, yes, we'll do probability tomorrow, Abhi. All right, 1 more minute, guys, and then I'll go through these 2 achieved questions, and then we'll go through the next one, which is a merit, yeah? Owen Fox, best thing to do is throw it up on ChatGPT and generate it. Oh yeah, Jerusha. Actually, someone took a photo there, and I was hoping they would send it to me so I can post it on Instagram, but I didn't know who it was. That was the first time I completely forgot to ask the photo. Depends. This exam paper tends to be quite tricky with the excellence, so it's like, I feel like it's good practice. All right, so let's go through these questions here. So we're asked to write positive power, so that basically means you just got to get rid of the surds and just write them as it is. So this square root here, so we're going to do square root of each things. So that's going to be square root of 25, square root of a to the power of 16, and square root of b. Now square root of 25 is 5, square root of a16 is just a to the power of 8, and then square root of b can be written as b to the power of half. So that right there is achieved. Jamie, yes, I am on YouTube as well. Plus all the videos get saved on YouTube, so I haven't figured out how to do it in TikTok yet, and I'm like, yeah, this both areas. All right, so the next one is we've got to the power of -3. So that's interesting. So remember that, like, if you have a number by itself, that it's got a power of 1, So because of that, we're going to actually go 4 times 4 to the power of 1 times negative 3. That's going to be 4 to the power of negative 3. Then you're going to get negative 7 times negative 3. I might actually just write the working out because I know some people might be kind of figuring out where I got the numbers from. Negative 3, and then y is that. So I've got 4 to the power of negative 3, x to the power of positive 21, and y to the power of negative 3. Now this, remember that if you have a negative number in the power, you need to bring it down to the denominator, and you get x to the power of 21 equals 4 cubed times y cubed. So you're going to end up with x21 over 64 y to the power of 3. David, if you're like, sorry, I'll answer Kaliko's question. Kaliko, what I would say is just copy and paste the questions into ChatGPT and just ask it to create similar questions. You can also do that on Gemini as well. That's pretty decent. Stealth, no way that's a merit. Half shots, thanks, appreciate it. Harry, I don't know which question you're talking about, and like right now I can't just divert from this. So I've got a few questions that we need to go through. That's the plan today. Sam, yes, you can bring the whole thing down from, so you could actually have it written as 1 over 4x negative 7 y to the power of negative 3, sorry, positive 3, like this. And then you would actually get 4 cubed x negative 21 y cubed. And then you still have to bring the positive indices, so x21 comes to the numerator, and this becomes 4 cubed y cubed. All right, let's go to the next question, which I feel like this is actually one of my kind of like my more favorite types of questions, but here we go. Next one. So this one here is a merit question coming up. AKL Finn, yes, the exponents always multiply. Alex, it'll be after the level 3 papers. That's correct, Potato Chair. Yeah, I know. Well, I think I reckon it's because you've seen so many of these types of questions that you kind of will, you can see the questions, right? Like after you do it so many times, you go, oh, yep, I've seen something like this. It's pretty straightforward. Nah, not logs, Abhi. I would actually suggest you to write them all as something to the power of 3, and then that should help you out with that. I'll give another couple of more minutes and then I'll go through it, all right? Now you don't have to solve for n, Lena. This is just rearranging it. Vivank, look, I've been trying to tell people about that playlist, and I think even this morning I had someone that wrote down and goes, I wish I had found this playlist ages ago. And I'm like, well, I don't know what else to do. I don't know how to advertise it. Key for K for you. Pretty much you want to write it in positive terms, so that's why I had them shift over in the numerator or denominator. Oliver, I'll check because I've got the tracking number. I'll have a look at it later. Bob the Builder, which school is that? No, B is not to do with logs, people. Not at all. Nah, noodles. It's not with that. All right, so let's go through question B here. Now, when you get a question B like this, it's very easy to think about logs. Now, yeah, you could potentially do it with logs. It could get a bit messy, I guess. But because we want it in terms of Q, so what we're going to do is remember that 27 equals 3 to the power of 3. So we're going to write this as 3 to the power of 3 to the power of 2n equals 3 to the power of q minus 1. So from there, we know that we've got to multiply the two powers here. So this will become 3 to the power of 3 times 2n equals 3 to the power of q minus 1. So you got 3 to the power of 6n equals 3q minus 1. And then, now because both of the bases are the same, because we've got both 3 as the basis, what we can then do is we can basically go, just forget about the base and just write the powers equal to each other. So we're going to get 6n equals q minus 1. So with that in mind, now all we need to do is just write n by itself. So we're going to get q minus 1 divided by 6. All right, so let me know if you have any questions for this one here. Sorry, I'm just looking through the chat now. I don't know what I missed. Do you just leave it in as 5, line 5? Yep, you can just leave as line 5. No, yeah, this is still, like, these questions can still classify as merit, but they might add a couple of extra bits in it. But now the next one here, next question that's going to come up, I know that in the old papers it was given as excellence, but I feel like this is more of a merit when I look at these this time around here. Yeah, Mateo, like, it's basically looking at these questions and going, where do you find the same basis? And then just kind of rewriting them, that's all. All right, I see that there's hardly any line numbers that are popping up. So, Schizo, this is from 2019, a Kohia paper from 2019. All right, let's have a look at the next question here. So this one, I would say somewhere between, this was classified as excellence, but it's actually going to go down to merit. So I'll give you a few minutes, but guys, just keeping an eye on the chat here. Like, look, I know it's Saturday night, and I know some people are here to work. So can we keep it relevant? If not, you know me, I'll probably put a slow mode on, and that's really annoying because you don't get to ask more than one message per 2 minutes. Yeah, keep the chat empty, guys, so that I can actually try and help people. Mrs. Zero, you're looking at Mr. Weebly. He is on, he's actually on, what do you call it? YouTube as well. No, but I can put slow mode on if people keep talking about random stuff. Value to solve, okay. Thumbs up. I've done the full paper in YouTube. I don't know if you've had a look at it. Have a look at that first before you come back, because usually I do take time to explain those questions on the exam videos. Yeah, thanks, Xavier. It does make it easier for me to kind of answer questions. Valerie, I think that's gonna be hard. Would you make them all same base? Like the problem with this question is you could make the same. I think you have to make them the same base, but you can't actually make x squared minus 9 with x minus 1. So you do have to kind of, you end up getting quite an ugly looking thing. So I'm going to be straight up. Cool. So I'll start doing this question. So what I'm going to do here is looking at this, because you've actually got x plus 3, you've got x minus 1, and you've got x squared minus 9. Now, unfortunately, with the first one, with the 4x could be written as x minus 3 and x plus 3, because that's x squared minus 9. Now, on this side, you've got 2x minus 3 plus 3 over x minus 1. So if you look at it, you've actually got x minus 3 is yellow. You've got x minus 3 here. You've got x plus 3 here. And then you've got x minus 1 here. So whether we like it or not, we actually have to multiply by the common factors in this case. So for the first one, so I need a blue here. So that's going to be x minus 1 in the denominator. And in the numerator, it's also going to be x minus 1. Actually, I might just do that slightly in a different color so you guys can see what's happening. So x minus 1 and x minus 1. In here, I don't have x minus 3 or x plus 3. So x minus 3, x plus 3. And it's the same thing at the top, x minus 3 and x plus 3. In this one, I've got x plus 3 and x minus 1, sorry. And then in the numerator, I've also got x plus 3 and x minus 1. So it's just a, it's just a very ugly looking quadratic equation that you've got to kind of do here. So in the numerator, I've got 2 times x squared plus 2x minus 3 plus 3 times x squared minus 9 plus 4x times x minus 1. That's not plus, I just realized that should be a minus there. And all of that is divided by x minus 1, x plus 3, and x minus 3. So from here, what you got to do is expand each of the quadratics. So expand each of these brackets, and you're going to end up with 2x squared plus 4x minus 6 plus 3x squared minus 27 minus 4x squared plus 4x. And all of that is x minus 1, x plus 3, x minus 3. So simplifying this, we are going to get, just want to double check I'm doing it right. Otherwise, we're going to be like, so I should get 5x squared, 4x squared, that's going to be x squared. Plus 8x, and we've got negative 33. and all of that is over x minus 1, x plus 3, x minus 3. Now it's asking me to simplify fully, so I've got to factorize the numerator. That's going to become x plus 11 and x minus 3. And I've got x minus 1, x plus 3, x minus 3. So I can cancel out the 2x minus 3. And I end up with x plus 11 divided by x minus 1 and x plus 3. So what I'll do is, as usual, I will leave 6 lines. Let me know if there's any particular question. You'll definitely need to expand the numerator. The denominator, you can actually leave it. You can leave it as two brackets. Doc, no, I think generally when they say simplify, they're actually talking about simplifying the numerator. A few years ago, it was classified as an E, but I think this will probably be more like a merit now. Hunter, this is algebra. I am thinking it's a merit now, but I think it's probably they might still give this an excellence. So when do we also expand the denominator? I think operum most of the time, I mean you can expand the denominator, but fully simplified generally means that they want to fully simplify the numerator. That's what it means. In line 1, so as long as there is x minus 1 and x plus 3 in the fraction, you don't have to multiply the numerator 4x. No, because the thing is, in line 1, what I was trying to do was I was trying to have that, I wanted to have yellow, green, blue in the denominator. So the part that I need to multiply is just the x minus 1. Mellow Cat, I'm just trying to understand your question. Can we only multiply out the denominator when it's equal to something, sir? When it's equal to something, yes, you can multiply the denominators, and then you'd have to bring it to the numerator on the other side, and then you can solve that. And I think we've got a question like that, not in a couple of questions' time. All right, let me have a look at the next one. Next one is a merit question, and then it's going to go on to an excellence question. So, the reason I didn't do it, Xavier, was because x minus 3 was already in the denominator. Yes, Mir. Yes, it's going to be on YouTube. It'll be... What did I miss? What happens if you don't simplify the x squared minus 9? Maggie, you don't have to simplify it by x squared minus 9, but the problem is, the reason why you're factorizing it is because you want to see what's the other factor you need to multiply in this section here. See, because this part here is equal to x squared minus 9, it's really important that you factorize it so you can kind of see what other brackets are actually missing. That's one of the reasons why we need to factorize x squared minus 9 to this. So we can see in here what are some of the things that are missing on the other side. Mahia, you didn't have to, but thank you so much. I really appreciate it, but you don't need to. All right, are we good with this question? Can we jump on to the next one? It's like when it's an equal, let's say the same bracket on both sides in denominator, do we cancel out multiplying to the, so there's the same bracket on both sides in the denominator. If the same brackets on, oh no, I don't understand your question there, Doc. Sorry. Yes, there is a couple questions on that. All right, next one here. In the previous question, because it was an old question, I wouldn't actually worry too much, because I think if you got to maybe line 3, I would say in the previous question you'd get achieved. Yeah, I think line 3 and then later on. But in the original paper, I think they said that fully simplified was excellence. Yeah, agreed. Give me a second, I'll just slow the chat. If I can figure out how to do it. Stream settings, there we go. No, I haven't figured out how to do it yet, because they've changed the buttons everywhere. So I don't even know where it is. But I'll let you guys do this question while I figure it out. Mm-hmm. 191 viewers, jeez, that's a lot. There we go. Let's try that. Figured out where it was. There we go. Much better. It's only 30 seconds. It's fine. All right, team. So this question here, what they're asking is the number of dots and triangle, right? Blah, blah, blah. They've given you a formula. And what you need to do is find the n value when there are 91 dots. So this is actually not too bad, because all you're doing is n times n plus 1 over 2 equals 91. And then what we do is n times n plus 1 is 91 times 2. That's going to be n plus 1 equals 182. We've got n squared plus n equals 182. N squared plus n minus 182 is equal to 0. Now for this question here, you can actually just use the graphics calculator, because you don't really need to show the working in the sense where you can just use solver, not solver, what is it? Polynomial, degree 2, 1, 1, 182. And when we click on solve, oh no, what did I do now? Did I make a mistake? 1, 1 minus 182. There we go. That's better. So we got 13 or negative 14. So in this, it's actually say that n equals to 13, as negative 14 is not possible. So Doc, if you do that, you would just put 5x equals to 25. Yeah, you'd completely ignore the x minus 2. This is this is weird because I think because it's a word problem, they classify this as merit. All right, so here comes a nice proof question, which should be interesting, and this is the last excellence question for this section. Yeah, it's an easy merit. Hey Xavier, like, look, I'm trying to cater for everybody, man. So there's going to be a few achieved, few merits, and a few excellence. That's just the nature of the game. Okay, because I can't just do like cater for one people. But here we go. There's the next question. That's the excellence one. Bunny Dog, I'll probably do 2 big questions. I think we're about. Yesterday we took a lot longer. I reckon today we'll probably go till at least 9:45, maybe late than that. We'll get to that, Doc. ILY, can you get loose marks? Can you lose marks if you find n with a calculator? Natsuki, nah, I think that one should be fine. ILY, mainly I would say it's about kind of replacing the words with equations. That's how I always do it, and then go from there. Sometimes I get it, sometimes I don't, but that's how you practice. See, the thing is, you guys want an excellence question, and then when I put an excellence question up, and suddenly you go, "What the hell is this?" Okay, just to give you a clue. Now, the nth triangle number, the formula is n plus 1 over 2. That's all the clue I'm going to give you. Yes, Alex, we're going to go past 9. Okay, so if you look at this, I'll tell you what. If I give you, think about it like consecutive numbers, right? When you have, this is the hint I'm going to give you. If you have 2 consecutive numbers, we write that as x and then x plus 1, right? That's 2 consecutive numbers. In this case, it's actually telling you that if an nth triangular number is added to the n plus 1 triangular number, the result is n plus 1 squared. As I said to you, the hint is here. So imagine it like this. If you take the 6th number in this pattern, and then you add it with the 7th number, the 7th triangular number, what you should get is whatever the 7th number, 7 squared, so it's like 49 kind of idea. You have 30 seconds. So if that's the case, then what you have is, oh, is that what we're going on about? It's just a random one, team. Like if you take like a 3rd number and then you add it with the 4th number, then you would get 4 squared. That's the idea. So if you look at the nth number, we would write nth number like this. If you look at the n plus 1 number, that one is going to be n plus 1 n plus 2 divided by 2. Because what I've done here is, if you look at it, you've got n, so that's your, in the next one it becomes n plus 1. When you have n plus 1, the following number, it's going to be n plus 2. Operium, that's correct. So what the question is actually saying right now is you've got this plus this is equal to, prove that it equals to n plus 1 squared. Sorry, Jeffrey, that was part 2 of this question. Layardry, yeah. So the algebra playlist usually covers all the basic skills. And then during these ones, we trying to do like exam style questions. I wrote it like... No, Rainbow Girl, that's not correct, because what you're doing is you're just adding 1 to it. But remember, like in the formula, you've actually got, like if I say like this, right? Like if, let's say for example, if n is equal to, I don't know, like 9, then this would become 9 times 10 over 2. But if n equals to 10, then you're going to get 10 times 11 over 2. And if n equals to 11, then you're going to get 11 times 12 over 2. So now what we're trying to prove is when you add 2 consecutive ones, then it'll actually become n plus 1 squared. So Paige, I hope you can see it here. That's what I did here. So notice how if I just keep going up, these numbers are just going to go up by 1. So when you have n and n plus 1, the next number, it'll become n plus 1 and n plus 2. So, and if you keep, that's correct, Kaliko, yeah. You're subbing n with n plus 1, but then n plus 1 will become n plus 2. Depends what year level you are, Mel, but yes, I would say so. Well, look, that's the whole point of doing these types of questions, right? Like, so you can get a variety of different types of questions. Now, I know there's a few people that are going, how do you even think about it like this? Well, you don't. As you do these types of questions, you kind of get a hang of like, okay, so these are the types of things that they could potentially ask. So I haven't actually finished the question. I've just set it up here. So if you look at the nth, so what they're saying is nth number plus n plus 1 number equals to n plus 1 squared. Now, the formula for nth is n times n plus 1 over 2. The formula for n plus 1 number, that's going to be n plus 1 times n plus 2 over 2. Now, I'm going to leave it like this just to show you what it looks like. This question is actually not that hard once you get that initial concept, because look what happens. You get n squared plus n over 2 plus n squared plus 3n plus 2 over 2. So in other words, we've actually got 3n. Because they're all over 2, I can write n squared plus n squared plus 3n plus 2, and the whole thing is divided by 2. So from here, I'm going to get 2n squared plus 4n plus 2 over 2. That can be now separate all the denominators. So 2n squared plus 4n plus 2, that's divided by 2, that's divided by 2, that's divided by 2. We're going to get n squared plus 2n plus 1, which can now be factorized as n plus 1 squared. Uh, so Kaliko, that's like the 91st. I think 91 was the actual number. So the next number would not, like, you're looking at the pattern number. So for 91 was the number of dots. It was the 13th pattern. So if you take the 13th pattern plus the 14th pattern, you should get 14 squared. That's the idea. Sophia, the reason why we need to separate the fractions is because we want to be able to simplify that statement so that we can actually factorize. %. I think the hardest, like, and this is what I'm like when we talk about like word problems, what you have to do is like, it's how do you convert that word problem into an equation? Because I think if you guys have from line 2, I'm assuming you're okay after line 2, because then it's just expanding it and kind of working through. The hardest part is actually the part where you come up with the equation more than anything else. So line 2, like, let me just explain line 2 again. So first, is everybody okay with what's happening with line 1? Because line 1 is what the original question, like the question was. Expression formed is achieved. So somewhere here. Numerator simplified will be merit. So I guess here. It's a, yeah. So line 1, all I did was I just rewrote the question because it said nth triangle number. So nth is added. So there's my add sign. Added to the n plus 1. And then that is equal to n plus 1 squared. So I've literally written the word question just as a bunch of equations. That's it. Once I do that, the next tricky part is we already know what the nth one is because that one we had from the previous question. But if it goes n plus 1, so that's moving up. Everything is moved up by 1. So if you look at n, it's now n plus 1. If you look at n plus 1, it becomes n plus 2. No, because it's the Shaver, the n is actually having an impact, like the n, it's adding 1 to the n, not to the whole number. I'm trying to think of a way to explain it. It's like no, can't do it on the spot. So if you have like this, right? Like say for example, you have sometimes you get a question like this, where they'll say, and I think sometimes I've seen this in calculus that comes up, like where they say f of x, right? F of x, you'd write this as x squared plus 2x. Just example. If I tell you this is f of 2, you would do 2 squared plus 2 times 2. If you do f of y, not y, let's put another letter here, like, I don't know, m, you would write this as m squared plus 2 times m. But if I tell you that it's f of x plus 1, you would write it like this. You would actually say x plus 1 squared plus 2 times x plus 1. Because you don't just go add 1 to the x squared plus 2x, you actually add 1 to every x in the equation. Likewise, when we add 1 in the previous question, we have to add 1 to every n that's there. Yes, yeah, the boat question with the st, where we went s of t minus s of t minus 1. Like, you know how you had to replace t with t minus 1? That's exactly how we did this one. That was a good question. That was a good question to actually kind of get stuck into. Sophia, glad it's making sense. It's 2019 Cohere paper, which is a bit of a, yeah, like I said, the excellence questions are quite nice. All right, next one, I am just going to take, we're just going to take a 3-minute break, and then we'll start again at 8:50, all right? Frog, no, that's actually from the previous question. It's a follow-up from the previous question. Yep. We'll reset chat back. I'm just going to take a 2-minute break. Customization, is it? Where is it? Kassan, no, tomorrow we're doing probability. Sometimes, Layadri, you get excellence question would be word problems. Which past papers? Kion, I would probably go with anywhere from 2021 to 2024. Those 4. Now, I'm not doing any on Monday, guys, because it's seriously, it just gets a bit too crazy. All right, so back at, what time is it right now? Let me just check. Let's go back at 8:51 p.m. Sophia, I did calculus yesterday. We did about 2 hours of calculus yesterday, so don't know why I do this to myself. Saturday night, I should be playing games, but here I am. Turn live streams into shorts. What? That's insane. All right, let's get going, guys. Next question. I'm actually skipping the achieved question because that's like, it's just too easy. Next one is, actually no, this achieved question is a good one. It should stump you guys. There we go. Too boring. Elliot, we'll do level 2 stats tomorrow. Sophia, I think, what was I playing last? I started playing The Witcher 3 and then I haven't actually gone back in a year. Doing the nth term question. Okay, you might need to refresh your stream so we start. So you are live. Yeah, it's a quick achieved question. Just expand it and you'll be fine. Expand the right hand side and then you'll be actually good to go. Vanisha, I think 2021 to 2024 is a good place to start. This is just expand. Seriously. Dubs, that was from 2019. It was a Cohere paper. No, guys, it's not complicated. Trust me, just expand and you'll see it. It's actually quite straightforward. No, you don't need 10 minutes. I'm going to do this now. Because look, all this question you have to do is x squared plus 2ax plus b equals, I'm going to expand x minus 5 and x minus 5 minus a. So what you're going to end up with is something like this. You're going to get x squared minus 10x plus 25 minus a. Now, this is where you just got to equal everything, the x squareds to, because you have this left-hand side equals to the right-hand side. But what we're going to be looking at is just the coefficients. So here you've got x squared and x squared. Now both of the coefficients is 1 each. So we don't have to worry about it. Next, you've got coefficient of x, which is 2ax should equal to minus 10x, because negative 10 is the coefficient of x and 2a is the coefficient of x. And finally, the b plus b, that's the constant by itself. And if you look on the right hand side, the constant is 25 minus a. So you've got 2ax equals negative 10x. In other words, 2a equals to negative 10. A is equal to negative 10 divided by 2, which is negative 5. And on the other side, you've got b equals 25 minus a. So 25 minus negative 5. And that equals to 30. Probability will be on Sunday, folks, 8 p.m. Monday, I'm not doing anything. Dubs, I think I told you that. It was from 2019 Cohere. Yes, Isla, you should. Massive monkey coefficient is the number before like the x squared, the number before x, and so on. Kinda, Sophia, like simultaneous equations, but you don't need full simultaneous equations because You're just matching the coefficients more than anything else. Here we go. One more word question. This is going to create some controversy again. All right, got a merit question. It's a merit question. Correct, Layadri. Unless the letters, if there's no letters, x squared or x, then it's a constant. How do you know how to match them? Well, have a look how I've highlighted. Because if you look at it, I've got x squared and x squared. So those two things are equal to each other. And the green part is equal to each other. And then the blue part is equal to each other. Who does? All right, so here we go. Next question. Catherine, it's just to do with a lot of practice, that's all. I got another word question for you guys. Yeah, I think I will just turn on slow chat again. 30 seconds was good. It was easy to manage. This question is a merit question. Now the key thing is just writing the equation. I'll give you a couple of minutes, see how you go, and then if you need help, I will write the question down so that you can actually... Alexander, it actually tells you what it is. It gives you the reciprocal. Yeah, a video for drawing graphs. When do we know to integrate or differentiate? That is cool. It depends. If they give you f of x, then you're going to be doing f dash of x, which is like differentiating. But if they give you f dash of x, then that's when you're actually going backwards, so you're actually differentiating it. Isla, I think it depends on your school. They kind of do different things. Why am I doing 15-hour algebra again? Shouldn't it be... half or negative half? Dr. It actually tells you what the reciprocal is. The reciprocal is 1 over x. So if you look at this question, if I start with the number x, then I add the reciprocal of it, which is 1 over x. What I'm getting is the answer is 5 times the number she started with. This is what the reciprocal means, guys. It actually tells you right here. So all you're really doing is x plus 1 over x equals to 5x. So from Yes Layadri, have a look at the graphics calculator playlist, so you can kind of work through from there. All right, now once we've got this, what we're going to have to do is get rid of the x to the other side. So you could actually just go 1 over x equals to 5x minus x. So we've got 1 over x is equal to 4x. And then 1 is equal to 4x multiplied by x. We're going to get 4x squared is equal to 1. And then x squared is equal to 1 divided by 4. And then we're going to get x is equal to square root of 1 over 4. So you're going to get 1 over 2. But remember that when you take a square root of a number, you actually get plus or minus. So in this one, you actually need plus or minus. If you don't get plus or minus, you probably won't get a merit. You probably only get an achieved. IWK, where does the x come from though? The x is the number that she started with. Go for it, that is cool. What if you did 5x squared minus x minus 1? Yep, I think that should be, Froggo, it should be x squared, because I know what you did there. Because if you did times x times x times x, then this part here should be x squared. So you should have actually got 5x squared minus x squared. All right, let me know if there's any questions here. I'll put up some line numbers and then we can move on. Oh, jeez. LK 2004 SL, you didn't need to do that, but seriously, man, look after yourself. I'm all good, but thank you. I don't know why you guys do this. It's like, you don't need to do this. Like, is it plus or minus because the question asks for? Yes, potato cherry. It has to be plus or minus. Percentage of it, Bunny. That's why I say to you guys, don't give any. All right, let's go to the next question. This one was all right. Ooh, man, this looks a bit annoying. I might not actually do D1. I'm just having a look at x minus 1 can be written as difference of... Sorry, just looking at the next question. Okay, either this is going to cause more controversy today in today's stream, or let's just see how we go. Actually, I might do another question first. I might do an easy excellence question first, just so that we can kind of get confident with it, and I'll come back to the next question. All right, so here is a pretty straightforward, easy question. All right, we're doing, this is an excellence question, and I think it still would be an excellence. Let's try this one here. The previous one was merit. This one is excellence. No, look, if you see roots question, this is easy questions, because all you have to do is just put b squared minus 4ac and then you're good to go. There you go. Flint's polearm is that's correct, Bhairav. All you have to do is you've got to kind of prove that discriminant is going to be always positive. Yeah, it is an E question because you'll see why when you get to the end. Laerdry, kinematics and optimization was calculus, which we did yesterday. So go on YouTube and have a look at yesterday's stream. And yeah, that's where we did all of that questions yesterday. If roots is involved in the question, you always have to use the discriminant. Yes, that's correct, Kian. Sophia, we're not discriminating, but we're definitely doing discriminant. The x minus x part. Are you? I don't know which one which question you're talking about, Doc. B value, Luca, remember the B value is the coefficient of x. P squared, well, yes, Rad, I think you've got it. Shaver, you've got to do, because you're looking for real roots, it has to be greater than 0. Now I know, Sophia, I was just messing. Sorry. A, yes, that's correct. Potato chair, you're nearly there. All right, let me kind of just show you what this is going to look like. All right, so we've got x squared. I'll go through this slowly. All right, so I've got x squared, I've got minus 4p minus 1. The reason I'm doing 1 is because plus 2p equals to 0. So all I've done is I've just factorized the coefficients of x to write it like that. And the reason why I want to write it like that is because I want to know if b squared minus 4ac is greater than 0, because that's what, if it says real roots, that means it's going to have like 2 solutions. We want to prove that b squared minus 4ac has to be greater than 0. Equals 0 is for one solution or repeated solutions. Frog. Now, it doesn't tell us about anything about finding p. They're just saying that show. So we just got to prove it. That's all we've got to do. So here, our a value is equal to 1. Our b value equals to minus 4p minus 1. And our c value equals to 2p. So that means discriminant is b squared minus 4ac. We've got negative 4p minus 1 squared minus 4 times 1 times c. So here I'm going to get 16. Well, I've got to, I hate doing this, but I need to put this in 2 brackets. And I've got minus 8p here. Here I've got 16p squared plus 8p plus 1 minus 8p. So I'm going to get 16p squared plus 1. Now, this part, and this is why I wanted to actually do this question, because sometimes you get these questions where you actually have to explain. And now, Dubs, that was from I've got a separate paper that's from Koya 2019 paper. It's a different, I don't think you're going to find it online. I will go through that. Laerdry, basically I've just factorized this. So negative 4p comes there, and then negative 1 comes there, because those are coefficients of x that I've taken out. No, we don't solve this, guys. Like, really, you cannot solve this, because all it's asking you to do is just to show you that it has 2 real roots. So what you're going to say is, since p is real, and this is a trick that you just need to remember, all right? Since p is real, p squared is always positive, Because think about it. If you have like, when you have a p squared, p squared is always going to be positive. The reason is, even if you have like negative number, for example, like let's say p is -3. -3 squared is actually +9. And then +9 times 16 is a positive number. +1 is a positive number. Because p squared is always positive, therefore discriminant is always positive. So we'll have 2 real roots. Now this part is really important that you state it and you don't go and find what p is. They're not asking you to find p. If they ask you to find p, they will tell you that they'll tell you to solve for p. Laerdry, I don't think it matters whether the x goes in the front or the back, because it's like as long as you know that the b value is -4 minus 1, that's all you need to worry about. Sophia, we know that p is real because it says right at the start of the question. S, this is also going live on YouTube. That means it will be saved on YouTube. If you have 2 repeating roots, then your discriminant is equal to 0. Because if it's repeating roots, then you only have one solution, so your discriminant is equal to 0. Discriminant stated is a merit in this question, apparently. Wow. Expression. So expression is achieved. So I would say achieved here, merit here, and excellence here. Abhi, like the justification part, it's all to do with just reading the question and going, what are they looking for? Because they're not asking you to solve. If they're not asking you to solve for the question, usually it means that you have to write something to prove that the question is, you've got the answer for that question. If the graph is not crossing the x-axis, generally, bunny dog, yeah, that's what it means. If the discriminant is less than 0, then that means you're looking at, yeah, it's kind of looking at that. That is insane. We've actually got 300 people on a Saturday night watching maths. Karen College. Abhi, I'm going to be honest. Where is that college, by the way? When do your streams get uploaded? All the streams get uploaded on YouTube, guys. I do it both on TikTok as well as YouTube. All right. Let me know if there's any other questions with this particular question. Otherwise, we will jump on to the next one. Sophia Nelson, I was there in August, actually. I went to visit Nayland College. Isn't this question have repeating roots, sir? No, it does not have repeating roots, but it has real roots. Because it has real roots, then you've got to actually assume that they're not actually repeating roots. All right, we've got a few more questions. I'm actually not looking forward to this question, but like, I don't want to throw you guys because I know usually around 9:30 you guys start to switch off. Okay, let's do one quick achieved and one quick merit before we go back to merit and excellence. Doc, which school are you at? Do excellence first. Now we've just done one excellence. We're gonna do a quick couple of achieved, one quick achieved, and a quick merit. And I'll put them both next to each other and give you folks like a few more minutes. There we go. That's an achieved and a merit question. Quick ones, guys, quick ones. Logs, look, whether you like logs or not, it's going to show up in your exams, and you're going to get at least 1 or 2 questions with logs. Madeline, these are questions that have been gifted from somebody, so I can't actually put it on. I did, kitty cat. Siddharth, honestly, man, like what I've done is like I haven't created a playlist, but like I've created like a website where all the excellence questions are there. But look, I haven't had the time to go maintain it, but it is there. Go have a look on my website. All the questions are categorized by excellence. No, Mateo, I don't, unfortunately. Flynn, it's just my website that's on the I think in the description somewhere. All right, let's get through these questions and get rid of these 2 questions. All right, so basically we've got the first one, which is just x cubed equal to 216. So we're looking for, by the way, here's a shortcut for this, all right? And I know sometimes people go, you can actually take cube root of this, but the quick way to do this, I like doing this. I just write this as 216 to the power of a third. Yeah, and then that's pretty much, we're done. So we got 216 to the power of 1/3. It's the same thing as saying cube root as well. So there we go. That's equal to 6. We're done. The next one, what we have is 3 squared equals 5x squared plus 12x. So we got 9 equals to 5x squared plus 12x. We got 5x squared plus 12x minus 9 equals to 0. This part, again, you don't need to kind of do like quadratic formula or anything like that. You can straight away just put this in the calculator. Degree 2 polynomial, so we've got 5, 12, and minus 9. And so those are my 2 answers. So I should get x equals to 0.6 and -3. All right, let me just pause here for a second because I know like people are like, look, I haven't actually gone and maintained the site in a very long time. But there is stuff here, like if you go to my website, where is it? What is the website? All right, there it is. Just to give you an idea, under level 2, if you go to algebra and calculus, say for example you go to calculus exams, what I've done is just to make things a bit easier, I've just put in the achieved merit excellence there. So if you want it, you can just click on it. That'll go directly to those questions. All right, that's there all the way till 2015. I didn't do 2024 yet. Yeah, that's like, I just didn't have time to do it this year. But so if you go to algebra and if you go to the NCEA exams, you should find each question. And if you just click on those links, so if you want to do excellence, just go here and just click on that. That should take you directly to the, oh, look, it's our famous boat question. Yeah, so that's there. I don't know if I did that for probability or not. Okay, there's only a few there for probability. But yeah, the algebra and calculus ones definitely are there. All right, so next question is, what is this question going to be? Oh, wow, this is going to be a good fun question. Got a lot of information in this question. By the way, this question that I'm going to put up next, don't just look at it and just start getting scared. It's actually a pretty neat question. By the way, this question, the next question that we're doing is a merit one. And you do get questions like this, so most of the word problems tend to be merit or excellence, S. No, don't go what the hell and whoa. Just trust me on this. This question is actually easy, team. Like, be patient. Give it a couple of minutes, read it, and then give it a go. Frog, I think that's the whole point of excellence questions, right? If you're doing like lots of different types of excellence questions, then you're getting exposed to all of these questions. And so when you do get one, you will kind of, you'll have the strategies to actually try it. Up to you, Abi. If you're like, you've got no idea of how to do algebra, then 15-hour playlist on double speed, that might be 7.5 hours. You might catch up a few things. Yeah, they actually, the PRT, P equals ART question, but they've actually given you the formula as well. Because if you look at it, they've given you the formula right here. You don't even need to remember it. Yeah, Flint's polearm is right. It is not that bad. I'll give you folks a couple of minutes and then we'll go through the answer, all right? Nene data, no, sometimes they don't give you the formula, so it's actually good to remember it. That's the P equals ART formula. It's worth remembering because these types of questions, if they do come in logs, I would say it's one of the more straightforward excellence questions because they could only ask you so many different types. Like sometimes they'll ask you to find N, sometimes they'll ask you to find R. Yeah, so it's a standard like bread and butter question. So you'll get a formula, ask you to find either the population at this time or something like that, and then yeah. Now, Bhairav, you remember it this way, mate. Like I think this is the formula that I use, where it's like P equals ART, where A is when whatever A value is when T equals to 0. And then R is like, 1 plus the rate over 100. That's how I remember it. So, all right. Anyway, let's look at this question. We have got, thank you, Tyler. So how many years it'll take for population for Taranaki? So Taranaki is starting with 2018. So it's 119,600. The rate is 1.1, so R is equal to 1.10. And so all we're really doing here is we're going 150,000 is equal to 119,600. That's what the A value is, or in this case, PO, as we call it. Multiplied by 1.1. to the power of, no, wait, hang on. That's the rate. I've got to be careful here. So it's 1 plus 1.1 over 100 to the power of n. So then we've got 150,000 divided by 119,600 equals, now 1 plus 1.1 over 100 is going to be 1.011 to the power of n. And we're good to go from there, because from here you can actually do this in the graphics calculator, because you could go into equation and go to solver and put in this equation if you want. So you can actually go 150,000 divided by 119,600 is equal to 1.011 to the power of, you can put x, or if you really want, you can also put alpha n. And then when it says n equals to 0, just click on solve. So when we click on solve, you get n equals to 20.7. Now this is a merit question, by the way. If you wanted to do it the long method, which, like, you can actually do the long method if you want to as well, but that's fine. So we're going to take logs of both sides. So I'm going to get log of 150,000 divided by 119,600 equals log of 1.011n. Now what I do is I bring the n to the front because that's one of the log rules. So I've got log 150,000 divided by 119,600 equals to n times log 1.011. So then I can say n equals log of 150,000 and the whole thing divided by log of 1.011. So let me just do that. I'm going to get, what is got, log of this, so that's 150,000 divided by 119,600, and that's divided by a log of 1.011. So there you go. You get n equals to 20.7 years. All right, let me just put up some numbers here, and if you have any questions, feel free to ask away. How do we get the 1.011n? Well, notice how it says 1 plus 1.1 divided by 100. So if I do that, if I go 1 plus 1.1 divided by 100, I'm going to get 1.011. Calico depends on the exam paper. Sometimes they do 20, sometimes they do 19. Would I round up in this case? I probably wouldn't round up because there's nothing telling you that it's like it's asking you which at the now. Okay, that's actually a really good question. If they had asked at the end of what year will the population reach 150,000, or that's the one where I would go 2018 plus 21 years. So it depends on how the question is actually asked. Now, Laidri, this is still a merit. The next part of it will be in excellence. I don't think so, Jeffrey, but just to be on the safe side, I would put 20.7 because it does ask you how many years. It doesn't ask you at the end of, it doesn't ask you for a whole number. Maria, 1 minus the rate is usually like when you look at like house prices or car prices because they reduce by a rate. Miumi, I don't think that's going to work there. This question is a merit. Yeah, Ryzak, sorry if I say your name wrong. If you said n is 20.7 and then you round it up, I don't think that would penalize you for that. But if you just write n equals to 21, it's a tricky one, guys. It's a tricky one. Scuba, I think it's entirely up to you how much time you've got left over. How would you suggest answering the paper strategically to get merit without going through the... Ooh. Look, what we'll do is we'll do a couple of more questions and then I'll open up for generic questions, all right? Because I've got one more question and then we'll be done for the night. Well, actually, no, 2 more excellence questions and then done for the night. All right, the next question is a follow-up question. And I need to kind of set this up. Hang on. So this is part 2 of this question. And I just need to figure out how I'm going to paste this. Okay, so here is, oh geez, what did I do? What did I do? All right, here's the next question. The next question here is a follow-up question from the previous one. So Sophia, what I would suggest to you for this question is like write down just the words. So like, you know, when you have like big words like this, just write down the words by itself and then kind of do substitution one at a time. Nah, Kaliko, it's actually not that hard. I think you'll find it a lot. There's one little trick part to it, but apart from that, you'll find that this question is actually not too bad at all. And again, it's good to do these types of questions because when it does come to your exam time, you'll actually be familiar or you've seen something like this so that you can actually kind of figure out a way to navigate that. Yeah, it's a sneaky inequality in here. Asma, that's correct. Yeah, but you have to answer those excellence questions from the 3 separate questions, if that makes sense. So if you answer 2 excellence questions in question 1 correct, you would only get E8. But if you answer 1 in question 1, 1 in question 2, 1 in question 3, then you'd get 21 points, which means you can get an excellence. The percentages above is the rate. So remember the little r that we have here? So all of these growth rates here, that's the little r. And then all the population starting ones, that's the PO there. Now you're not comparing both, you're trying to figure out when is Waikato exceeding Wellington. So it's in other words, you're trying to figure out, I'm just going to get rid of this colors here because it's a bit distracting. So Sophia, if you had this word problem, I would write like this. When is Waikato going to be greater than Wellington? This is how I would start the question. Because that's literally what they're asking me to do. And then I need to write the formula for Waikato, write the formula for Wellington, and then compare the two. Harir, usually the externals mocks tend to be a bit more tricky. Nah, Laedri, look, doesn't matter if it's inequal. Guys, I know some people are getting frustrated with inequalities, but inequalities is just, you just have to treat it like equals. The only time you actually need to worry about flipping the sign is when you're dealing with a negative number, or a quadratic. It's a little bit different, but in this case it's not going to be either. You can just put it equals in the middle, and then at the end you can actually rewrite that as greater. Did you get minus 17, Calico? Yeah, that's pretty much it, Laedri. That's all it is. We got a couple of different answers. We got a couple of people with 4.5 and a couple of people with 17.2. Abi, only when you divide by a negative number you'd actually flip it. All right, let's have a look at this question. Waikato looks like this. Waikato is 468,800 multiplied by 1 plus the rate is 2.41 over 100, whatever the n is, because n is the number of years that Waikato is going to reach this point. And then for Wellington, that's going to be 521,500 multiplied by 1 plus 1.78 to the power of n. Now the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to actually, what can I get rid of? I want to get rid of these big numbers. Let me just see what it is, because then I don't have to keep writing them again and again. 521,500 divided by 468. Is it a nice number? Of course not. Of course it's not a nice number. Well, that's the best I could do. Okay, that's fine. Let's do it that way. So I'm going to do the decimals, the little bracket first, the two brackets, all right? So I've got 1 plus 2.41 divided by 100. That's equal to that. So I've got 468,800 times 1.0241 to the power of n is greater than 521,500 times, this is just going to be I'm just going to do it anyway, just because I know some people were asking me how I got it. 1.0178 to the power of n. Now this particular question, even though it looks stupidly crazy, this is one of the first things you guys learn in algebra level 2 is about powers, right? So all I'm going to do here is I'm just going to rearrange this like this. 1.0241 to the power of n is divided by 1.0178 to the power of n. And on the other side, I'm going to have 521,500 divided by 468,800. So that's 2 steps. Now we're nearly there. We're about 3 steps away from solving this question. So what we're going to do is, now because we have n as the power in the both numerator and denominator, I could rewrite this as 1.0241 divided by 1.0178 to the power of n, and that's greater than 521,500 over 468,800. Now at this point you can actually do this in solver, but you don't need to, because we can just do logs of both sides. We're going to get log of 1.0241, 1.0178, and then log of 521,500 over 468,800. So then I bring n from the power to the front. I know it's one extra step, sorry. 1.0241, 1.0178, and then at this point I just say n has to be greater than log of 521,500 over 468,800 divided by log of 1.0241 divided by 1.0178, which should give me this lovely answer, but let's just see. So I've got log of 521,500 over 468,800 divided by log of 1.0241, 1.0178. So that's going to give me n is greater than 17.26 years. All right, as usual, I am going to pause and answer questions. No problems, Manish, you're welcome. Can you highlight it with the same colors from the formula? I'm not sure what you meant by the S. Oh. Nah, Laedry, you could actually solve it first as well. I should have solved it first, but I'm just being lazy, that's all. Actually, not lazy, I'm just trying to prove it, but no worries, Oliver, you're welcome. Step 4. Step 4, all I did was this. I took the 468, brought it to the other side, which means it'll become divide. And I took this thing to the other side, which means it'll become divide. I'm not sure how you got 7.21. Thank you, Shortcast, for that. If you got 17.54, you might have had a typo. Alex Kincaid, it could be a typo, or if you might have done early rounding. Paige Wiley is asking, can I do it the other way around? As long as your 1.0178 is on the numerator. So yes, you could do it the other way. If you had done it the other way, your equation would look like this. 468 800 over 521 500. Wait. No, I'm just trying to think about it. It's going to look like this. 1.0178 over 1.0241 and like that. So where was it? Page, you can still do it that way, which means you should still end up with the same answer there. Massive monkey. That's crazy but cool. Thanks, man. Office user, if you put line 3 in solver, and it's a great question to ask, I would say you probably won't get excellence for that, because you have to show some sort of algebraic working to get an excellence. You can't just put things straight in the calculator and just be done with that. In line 2, Layadri, all I did was I just converted that decimal, like I combined that 1 plus 2.41 over 100 as one number. So basically I just put that in the calculator to get 1.0241. That's all right, Flins. I mean, what else? I mean, why not? If you put the last question in solver, I think if you do put solver, I think the maximum grade you'd get is, I'm gonna say they could be a bit cruel and just give you just an achieved. But sets up equation in this paper, sets up equation wasn't achieved. So, but then again, like, yeah. People are asking me, where can I put this equation in solver? Just go to menu, go to equation, and then go to solver, which is F3, and you just write the equation at the beginning. So that was 468 800 multiplied by bracket 1 plus 2.41 over 100 to the power of n. So I'm actually going to put alpha n, and then equals 521 500 multiplied by, open up a bracket, 1 plus 1.78 over 100 to the power of alpha n. And then I click on solve. There's my 17.26 right there. Did always, in line 6, you always have to use logs if you're trying to find n, which is in the power. Yeah, Sophia, I would expect you to do that. Layadri, I'm not trying to, why was the decimal takeaway in line 2? I'm still not trying to, I don't get what the full question is. I don't know which decimal you're talking about. Are you talking about the 2.41, or what was Jeffrey's question? It isn't, sir, isn't it just 17 points? Well, I think what you're trying to say, I think, Jeffrey, that's a good question. It can't, because it's asking you, the question's asking you how many years it'll take for the population. So you can actually say after 17.26 years, the population of Waikato will be more than Wellington. So no, I won't, JMZ. Definitely will not. Thank you, though. Yeah, Bob the Builder. Even try Gemini. Gemini is pretty handy as well. No, you can't say 18 years. You cannot say 18 years because actually this is a good thing. In this one, you actually have to say 17.3 years. If they ask you what year did it change over, like in what year did Waikato exceed Wellington, then that'll be like a whole number. Yes, that would not be correct, Nenandata. You can't have 17.42. Oh, no, wait, I'm just looking at the wrong way. No, that's fine, Nenandata. You can write it like that too. I don't think you need a conclusion for this, but you can write if you want. Look, with excellence questions, like, it's always like, if you're in doubt with excellence questions, you can easily just write a little statement just to be kind of just to be careful. But I don't think you need restrictions, Bob the Builder. Now tomorrow we do probability live. Oh, you're talking about that. Laerdry, that's not a decimal, that's a comma. That's 468,800. Sorry, that would have been zoomed in. Like, look, that's not a point, it's a comma. I'm so sorry, now I understand. Nah, it's all right, Laerdry. I was like, which decimal are you talking about? All right, let me see what's the last question. We can finish. Okay, I'm going to throw this question up. Last question, all right? I don't know if I should do this question. I'm gonna regret it. I feel like it. Should I put this question? Yeah, I know this is getting late. Okay, this is honestly this is a crazy question, but I don't want people to be like, "Oh, that's it, I'm done." All right, fine. This is the last excellence question, and then after that we'll be done, guys. So, and again, amazing. Thank you so much for joining on TikTok as well as YouTube today. And crazy stat. I mean, I'm gonna actually share this right now. What is it at? This is kind of cool. If you guys go and have a look at the number of subscribers I have, I'll actually put it up here. That is what I'm at right now. 66.9. You know you're gonna say that. Oh, sorry, I didn't. Okay, no, sorry, my bad. Jeez. Here's the next question. The crazy question to finish the night off. As I said to you, you're gonna hate me. Okay, I'll give you a little bit of a hint. Like, if you ever get a question like this, you know, I'm telling you right now, there's a bunch of shortcuts that you can actually use the calculator to do these questions. So I'm gonna give you like a few minutes. No, come back, Oliver. You got to do this question. Hey, Watson, you all right, mate? Come here. No. Look. Here's the hint for the first one. See if you can take a common factor out in the numerator. For the denominator, try and do like a substitution, like something like getting rid of the x squared. Because I'm telling you, if I show you this, you're going to be like, oh, I can't believe this was easy. No, you cannot cancel the 4x4, Scooby. Every time you do that, something terrible happens in the world. Nah, I don't think that's possible, man. Like there's no general list. Every now and then they, look, Corn, keep doing the practice, man. And I think like you'll get it. You will get it. Okay, there we go. There's our first clue. Someone's actually called out. Common factor of 2x squared. So the top line, I can write it like this. There's your first clue. All right. Now you got to figure out the clue for the bottom line. No, please don't do that. Please don't cancel the 4x to the power of 4. No, don't do that. Nah, Xingwang, I think you'll be okay. As long as you show the full working, you'll be fine. No, you can't cancel because they're not products in the denominator, so they're not actually multiplying by each other, right? So the only way you can do that is factorize it. So this is definitely an E question, by the way. Yeah. All right. So here is another person giving me another hint. The other hint is this. So I'm going to do this on the sideline here. I'm going to take the denominator, which is 4x4 minus 17x squared plus 4. And this was actually someone suggesting it on the chat there. They said, make u equals to x squared. Now, this is one of those old school quadratic questions where you have to do a substitution. So this will then end up being 4u squared minus 17u plus 4. And if you factorize the black quadratic there, which is the 4u squared minus 17u plus 4, you would actually factorize the denominator in the blue equation. This is definitely excellence question, Mags. Not exactly the same, Sophia, but you're going to find some common factors there. On it, Jeffrey. Nice work. Now, Ichigo, it's not where did you come from. I've just kind of, you can put any letter if you want. You can put U, you can put P, but you can't put X. All right? So you can't put X. So all I'm doing is like I am substituting this because it's like this is one of the questions they used to ask in the past. Then U squared is actually equal to X to the power of 4. So all I've done is I have rewritten the denominator as 4u squared. Just be patient with me. Like I might actually have to do this now. Because I need to factorize this, right? Now here's another hint for you guys when it comes to factorizing quadratics like this. In your calculator, when you go to equation and you go to polynomial, I like to use this little kind of cheat sheet hat kind of thing. But like, I'm going to look at the numerator. So notice how I'm looking at this part right here. I want to factorize this because I have 2x squared multiplied by, I'm going to put that into 2 brackets. And the way I'm going to do that is by actually doing it on the calculator. And I'll show you how to do this. Because I go 2, and then I've got minus 3, and then I've got minus 2. Oh, wow, I didn't even see that. Why are people donating? Don't donate. I'm getting distracted. So here is my 2 solutions. Notice how it says 2 and negative 0.5, right? Now this is a bit of a hack, but it does work. So I can rewrite this as x minus 2 and 2x minus 1, 2x plus 1. Now you might be like, how the hell did you get from that 2 and negative 5 to this? Because think about it like this. I'm going backwards, right? If one of your solutions is 2, if you go backwards, you would end up with x minus 2 equals to 0. And if one of your solutions is like negative 0.5, the key thing is to write this as a fraction. Then I would write this as negative 1 over 2, cross multiply. I would get 2x equals negative 1, and then 2x plus 1 equals to 0. So all I've done here is I've figured out what these two brackets are there. Yes, Alice, you can actually use to factorize it, but and that's kind of what I'm doing here. Now the next part is the 4u squared. I've got to do the 4u squared, right? So again, I'm going to go to the calculator and I'm going to put in 4 minus 17 and 4. So when I do this, I actually end up getting two answers again. Sorry, I'm just kind of drifted here. Give me 1 second. I just need to rearrange a bunch of things here. So that's for this side here. Now let's go do this. This one I get a solution of x is equal to 4 and then x is equal to 1 over 4, or because that's 0.25. Then I can write x minus 4, and then here I can write that as 4x minus 1. 4x is equal to 1, and then 4x minus 1 is equal to, not x, God, I'm stuffing it up. Sorry, that's not x. That was u. Yeah, sorry, that was a mistake. So, but the problem is we know that u is equal to x squared, so we're going to rewrite that as x squared minus 4. And then this one would become 4 x squared minus 1, because I'm just getting rid of the u value. So my denominator will then become x squared minus 4 multiplied by 4x squared minus 1. Now I'm going to pause there. Just let me know if there's, I should put some line numbers, shouldn't I? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and then 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. Yes, Leodri, you keep factorizing till you get common numbers. Bunny Dog, you can do that, but let me see what happens. Let's actually try it, because some calculators don't actually have that. But if I do 4th degree, I'm going to get 4, 0, minus 17, 1. Eesh. Did I do something wrong? Plus 1. Is that 1? No, it's 4. Sorry. 4, negative 17, and 4. Yeah. I don't see why not. But then you still have that 2x problem, right? Yeah, got it. So yeah, that pretty much works out, because what you're going to end up is 2x squared times x minus 2, 2x plus 1. In the denominator, you've got x squared minus 4, which is x minus 2 and x plus 2. 4x squared minus 1 can be written as 2x minus 1 and 2x plus 1. Now we just cancel our common numbers, and we're going to end up with 2x squared over x plus 2 and 2x minus 1. So ILY, why do we make 0.5 to negative half? The reason is because remember that when we get if you write it as x, like if you write it as x plus 0.5 equals to 0, then what happens is when you multiply this and this, like if you look at those two brackets, that's x there and that's x there. But what you're looking for is it has to equal to 2x squared. And if you look at the final number, you're getting minus 2. So negative 2 times 0.5 does not equal negative 2. But if you look at the yellow highlighted part, x times 2x is 2x squared. And then negative 2 times positive 1 is negative 2. So that's one of the tricks that you need to do. Line 8 to 9. Nina, the reason I did that was because I wanted to convert this into a quadratic. And I had x to the power of 4. And because I had x to the power of 4, I converted to u, because then I actually have a quadratic when I put it as a u. Starry Tari, I'm glad you felt that way, because I told you guys this question is one of those questions where once you kind of see what's happening, now if you ever get a question like this, you can actually do that useful u substitution. Where would A, M, and E be? Achieved is for either factorizing this or this. Merit is if you do both. E is final expression simplified. Now you don't need to expand any denominator. Remember, I think we did this at the beginning where your denominator doesn't need to be expanded. Your numerator has to be simplified. I got it from here. So sorry, I kind of did my working all over the place. Now that's pretty much it for today, guys. Like, look, I'll hang around for a few more questions, but it's late. It's 10 o'clock. We gotta call it a night. Yeah, sure, Oliver. Just rewind for about another 15 minutes, and I think you should be all right. Mateo, I'm gonna call it, man, because I've had a full day of cleaning the house, doing all that. I need to wind down now. Calc, I use it for calculus. In line 21, do we need to re-expand the denominator? No, you can leave it as it is in line 21. Sorry, a few people are asking that same question. Everyone's asking for expanding the end. No, you don't need to expand at the end at all. There's no point. It's just the numerator you have to kind of expand. No worries, team. Tomorrow we're going to be going through, what do you call it? Probability. We'll see what the numbers are like. I mean, like, could easily do more of this algebra, but how do you, hang on, I can't read this. I've got too many, what is this? Tips on factorizing line 20. Line 20, you're just calculating, Doys. You're not really doing anything. What's happening? Why is WW, what is this? Nathaniel to study. Nathaniel, go study. All right, team. Let me just sort this out. A few things. Line 20. Am I going back to this again? Thought I closed this, man. Line 20 was difference of two squares, buddy. You talk about stress balls. My stress balls, man. Like, seriously. All right, let's rearrange things here and then. Oh man, we're close to 9:37. Nathaniel, get back to study. Is that better? All right, where are we up to? Where are we up to? See, I've got another account where I've got someone else monitoring chat. So like usually if it gets too much, they'll come back. Is Blue Springer back yet? Joseph, we'll do it at 8 o'clock tomorrow. Leadri, I'm currently streaming it on YouTube. So once I stop it, it'll get uploaded straight away. I hope so, Oliver. I can figure out where it is. I just need to look at your tracking number. Bob, usually if you get a question where you kind of go, well, I can't factorize this normally, then I'd look for like substitution. I don't know when the hardest paper was. I think every year they have like one or two questions that throw you off. Is Blue Winger's back? What happened, Blues Winger? By the way, thank you, Blue Winger. I saw you had like a little donation, but I was kind of busy working on stuff. Tips on doing all three externals? Oh, yeah, good luck. That's all I can say. No idea of what type of excellence questions come through. Factorize line 20, Dois, it was difference of two squares. Like x squared minus 4, if you you factorize it, it's going to be x minus 2 and x plus 2. Do you always substitute the unknown variable? Joseph, it depends on the question. No, you can still, Zachary, you can still get full marks if you don't do the use stuff. Like if you had gone with the calculator method and you got out the 4 brackets, then that's fine as well. Line 8. Where was line 8? Line 8, you're talking about the substitution, right? The substitution part is just you can do the substitution, or you could actually just do the calculator method as well. So it's fine either way, as long as you factorize it. I think that's the most important one. Quick Didois, you can actually listen to Calico. Calico's got the right idea. No, I think there were some of the stuff. Like I don't think like the power one is there. Like dropping the power one, I don't think that's ever there. So I think it's still true. Let me just have a look. What did I do in line 19? I lost your question. Yeah, I'm feeling better, Oscar. But no, happy to help, poor Bo. It's not a problem. Sorry, Doys, I kind of stuffed up. I don't know where your question went, and I can't keep up with the chat. The log formulas, some of them are still there, like except the n one, like the n where you bring the n from the power to the front of the bracket. I don't think that's actually given in the formula sheet. Man, Oliver, how many friends do I have to tell your friends to study? Let me just have a look at the formula sheet. How did I factorize from line 19 to 20? Are you talking about the denominator or the numerator, Dois? Actually, no, they do give that formula as well. No, I don't know which formulas you're talking about from the 15-hour playlist, whoever that was asked me before. The numerator, oh, that's okay. So if I look at the numerator, Dois, the way I factorized that quickly was on the steps, like steps 2 to 7. I'm just going to add it. Hang on. Let me just add this here. Desktop capture, notebook. Where is OneNote? Why can't I see OneNote? There. So you're asking me, where did the window go? So you're asking me this part here, right? Like I actually put this equation here. I put this equation in the graphics calculator to get the two solutions, which was 2 and negative 0.5. And if I rearrange it, I am going to get x minus 2, which is one of my factors. And then this one I rearrange to get 2x plus 1 as my second factor. That's how I did it so fast. Amy, you still got time. Would you need excellence for both calc and I don't know what you're going to do, Layadri, with that, so yeah, so line 19 numerator is factorized. Mr. Anderson from where's CAS? I don't know where CAS is. Nah, Oliver, you can't skip that last question. Like that's like a really good one too. Scuba, nah, you can actually do it that way. You can actually find the solution and then work backwards to do the two brackets. Maybe probability is tomorrow. I know exams on Tuesday, man. Thumbs up. Now I'm done doing questions for the night. What happened in 18? What do you mean 18? What do you mean what happened in 18? Are you talking about step 18? KFC Mancha, it's really hard to kind of give you like a summary of questions. All right, now look, all I did for 17 to 18 is, you know how this was u minus 4? And I just replace u with x squared because that's what I started with. So then u became x squared. That's just minus 4 there. And in this case, it was 4u minus 1. So I replace u with x squared again, and that becomes 4x squared minus 1. From 19 to 20, are you talking about the denominator? That's difference of two squares, Dois. So if you take x squared minus 4, you get x minus 2 and x plus 2 for that. 4x squared minus 1 is, it's just understanding difference of two squares. Now you're welcome, team. Yeah, Sri, like because the exams on Tuesday, so I don't normally stream on Friday night and Saturday night, let alone for this long. But also, I'm about 57 subscribers away from 7K. I gotta stay up for that, right? No worries, Benjamin. You're welcome. Six, 755 away now. How about the numerator for line? I didn't see what line that was. Mimi, it'll always be 8 p.m. You're welcome, Laidri. Flynn, I can't. I'm not. I'm not doing summaries, man. I'm so tired. I just want to go to sleep. The only reason I'm kind of hanging out is because I'm like, for some weird reason, I should really get to bed. I should go to bed. I did it yesterday, Doys. Yeah, tomorrow is the last year 12 session. How about the numerator for line 19? What do you mean? I just factorized it. 2. No, Sri, I'm done. Yes, dy, that formula is in the formula sheet. I don't know, Maka, because like those exam papers are like, I look at more like questions, individual questions more than anything else. Sri, if you just look up NCEA level 2 formula, you can see all the formulas that's given. Tomorrow we're going through probability. Oh, it's getting close. It's getting close. I don't see why not, Mailer. Nah, like usually what I don't do lives on the night before of exams because like it can get a bit crazy and it gets too crazy, and so I'm like I can't keep up with it. Usually I just tell people like where you can go for the tutorials. That's basically it. Yes, Joseph, you can actually just get E24 by just doing the E questions as well. It's hard to see who actually gets that number, Xavier. Nah, Sri, the marks actually change as well. Like sometimes they have 19, sometimes they have 20, so it depends. Yes, I am, Chia. I am a teacher. Probability is 8 p.m. tomorrow. Natella, I just copy the questions and I paste it in Gemini or ChatGPT, and then I just say write similar question and give me the answer as well. This is my 17th. No, this is my 18th year. Damn. Sure, Paul Chiveri. There you go. Get that excellence. Calico, so you can see the double up, eh? It's a bit hard for me to keep up with both chats. I'm good, RTX. How you doing? I don't get this. It's like, why are people telling me to tell other people to get to study? It's just funny. Year 13 stats. The bane of my... Every second message I get from people is like, when are you going to do year 13 stats and when are you going to do probability distributions? Where would I have stopped over RTX? I think it was being a full-time teacher and doing all of this. It's like, it's exhausting, man. Kesson, subject endorsement basically means that you get, I think it's 14 credits if I'm correct, and you've got to get some numbers from some of them from external and some of them from internal. Zero. It depends on what you got in the other what do you call it, internals, because I think it's got to be a total of 14 if I remember correctly. Emma, maybe I will do it after the level 2s are finished, then we'll start doing the level 3s. And it looks like we might be going again next week, Friday and Saturday, double session for calculus. Not sure, Roro. I don't think it really, I don't think it does, not at this level anyway. I mean, like at level 3 maybe. Vanessa, that's quadratic formula is to solve. Discriminant is to figure out if there's two solutions, one solution or no solution. Yes, Jed, we're going to do it after the level 2s are finished. Nah, notification. I'm not doing any tutorials on Monday for level 2 because it's chaotic. It's carnage. So 10:20. All right, team. Look. Oh, you want to know how close I am to? I'm 48 away. I think it's a snowball ice or something like that. Let me check again. Hang on. Nope, still on 42. Let me see if this works. No, it won't work. All right. Give me a second here. I just want to try something. I don't think it actually works. No, Sri, I'm done with papers. I'm like, I'm literally just like, I need to get to sleep, but I'm like, I don't even know why I'm here for. What am I here for? You know, you get to that point in the night, you do so many questions, you just forget. Shipping number. Let me check, Oliver. Oliver, just email me and then I will reply to you and send you the shipping number. No, you're welcome, Kaliko. Yeah, Sri, it's like, I guess, you know, it's Oliver. I don't think you're gonna fail, man. Like, just... Can I get a 6.7? How about a 6.7K? What are we up to? 46 more. I think it's gonna be too much. I'm gonna go to sleep. We're not gonna get 46 subs today, are we? Oh, shot, Harry, for your maths degree. That's incredible. We're not doing an all-nighter for 6-7K. Unless someone from like UK jumps on and starts. Skibbity toilet. Sobo. I don't know what it is. I can't read the rest of it. It depends on your school. Every school has like different requirements. So it's weird because it's like, actually, hang on. Let me just see. It's one of those weird things where I think, if I remember correctly, let me just check this. No, TikTok's at 6.2K. TikTok's at 6.2. YouTube's at 66.9. So I think YouTube's definitely winning. Oh, Noah, you'd be surprised. I think the number of people that haven't subscribed, it's crazy. Because I think when I pulled out the stats, it was like only 33% of my viewers are subscribed. That means if people that are watching it are actually subscribed, I would be on like something like, what is that, times it by 2, so about 180 subs. Final tips for algebra, Amy, get some sleep. I think that's really important. And then practice tomorrow and Monday. Okay, you know what? I'm going to jump off and come back in a few minutes and keep an eye on this. I might, what is it at? 5:09, 41. Yeah, I might just jump off. I don't play Clash, man. Shaver, you might, I think you should be. But again, remember, excellence question is all about, they just pull random questions here and there. So, and like they will trick you in something, right? So you just got to be mindful of that. But I think you should be good, man. Good night, Flynn. Good night. Ah, the stats paper. I haven't looked at the stats paper because that stats paper tends to be quite tricky as well. So, but at least we've got to try and do a few questions. 40. Nah. Don't even think about it, Xavier, because it's like, it's funny because it's like every year I lose about close to 200, sometimes 1,000 subscribers because their accounts get deleted from their schools. So Sama, go to sleep. Do it on Monday. You'll be fine. I'm just waiting for I'm just waiting for this number to drop. What are we at? 39 to go. Kaliko, do the easiest one first, because if you try to do the hardest one, you can get stressed and then you start losing track of things. So it's a really good idea for you to do the easy, whatever paper you find easy, and then go from there. You can try, Bailey. I don't think I'll have an answer though. Good night, team. Good night. What is too much? Just thought of this. What did you think of, Bailey? Landry, it's still handy. Like, I mean, I know some of those old questions, they sound like those excellence questions are no longer excellence, but the practice work that you do from that is still good. Pull up to the function. I got no idea what you're on about, Bailey. Oh, that's... I was like, what function are you talking about? It's good. It's good. Quant trading. What? What is quant trading? Oh, 66967. That's where we're up to. All right, what I'll do is I'll actually chuck it up here. Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? I can't even see it. There we go. How do I make this bigger now? 6697. We're up to 6697. And I need to go to sleep, but I wonder what happens if I just do this. If I refresh it, is it still going to be... Oh, here it goes. There it goes. Should I sleep the previous of the Cinder Nines? I don't know. Yes, I'm gonna stay till 6-7K. Why not? Ooh, 73. This is kind of fun. Nah, you gotta get some sleep. Don't try and do all night studying, because that's terrible. That is not gonna help you in any way. Now let's go one more. 77. We got 23 to go. I'm gonna start 22. 22 to go. No, it's still at 22. Come on, somebody unsubscribe so that you can have a bit of anticlimax. Ben, I am just gonna go till the end, till we get to 6-7. Hey, what are we up to? 83. 17 to go. 17 to go. Let's just crack up. How many people we got? 76 people. I think we are going to make it. I get a feeling we're going to make it. Oh, no, we lost 2. Damn. We went from 83 to 81. Okay, let's try again. We're gone back to 86. We got 14 to go. I do know Sunny Damatira. He's a good mate of mine. This is what you do on a... Oh, 11 to go. 11 to go. 11 to go. Here we go. Here we go. Still on 11. I'm going to refresh this. Can I refresh? Whoa! Where did that happen? We got 3 to go. Surely we've crossed it in the next refresh. 3 to go. Come on. 1 to go. Refresh again. Come on, let's go. One more. Yes! We have finally made it. Yes, there we go. All right. What are we up to? That's brilliant. That's funny. Well, I did say that we were going to do 6 or 7 t-shirts giveaway at 6-7K. So let's just do it now. We're not going to go to sleep. We're going to do t-shirts, man. Let me just set it up. By the way, TikTok, if you want to join, it's going to be on YouTube. I'm going to do it right now. We got to do it right now. The 6-7K t-shirt. Let me just set up a Google form. And I am going to get you guys to sort it out, all right? So give me a second. Where is it? And then we're going to do a spinny wheel thing. Why not? I'm not going to restart the stream because I think this is just too much fun. Okay, give me a second. I got to set up the Google form. And then I'll get you guys all in. 6 to 7 t-shirts today. Someone said do 6.5 t-shirts. And I'm like, how do you even do a 6.5 t-shirt? 6-7. And we're rising. Okay, now where is my t-shirt giveaways? Recent. My drive. I'll try and get it to you guys. I mean, I'll probably do it. The 6-7K t-shirt giveaway. Glow in the dark one we've done. Make a copy. Honestly, I'm just gonna do one because I'm gonna get rid of some of the questions because I don't think you need to do all of that. So 6-7. What's the date today? 1st of November. Questions, username, if you're here, full name, 5-digit verification code. I'm gonna get rid of the feedback question because you don't really need it. What I do need though is size. What size? What size is your t-shirt? Add all, there we go. And then what color logo would you like? Doesn't matter, Xavier. I was here. Logo would you like on your t-shirt? What are the colors we got? We got the classic white, gold, holographic. Not doing, how was I doing? Glow in the dark as well. Let's do glow in the dark. But not the pink one, because the pink one is not working. Required, add option other. Okay, got it. Anyone with a link? Publish, copy, responder link. All right, team, here we go. Mr. Anderson from CAS. Sure, why not? Do we actually have people coming back to this? All right, team, here is the Google form. Fill it up. I'm gonna pin it. Pin the message. TikTok, if you're actually on it, you can jump on the t-shirt giveaway. It is going to be happening on YouTube. So yeah, jump on and fill in the Google form, and then we'll go from there. Now I need to set up one more thing here. Hang on. Oh, this is interesting. I didn't realize this. Sorry, just setting up everything. I can see responses coming through. I should do like a 6, 7. Whoever does the first 6 should get it. Code is just a verification code for you, because sometimes people try to change their names on YouTube, and then it's like your pin number. That's what it is. Maybe I should write that as a pin code for you. Yeah, just make up the code. I'm gonna say make up a code for you. What are we doing? Wheel of names. Wheel of names. Add source. Desktop capture. Wheel of names. Wheel of names. Where are you? I'm gonna move myself there. Chuck that there. How many we got? We got 31 people in here already. Man. Trim that. Why do I do this to myself? Why? Could just leave it and then just go to bed. But no. No, 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 no. Spash needs to do this. There we go. That's nice. That could work. Now the names. 53 names. Damn. Quick fire, guys. We're just gonna fire this out and get them all done. By the way, when you win, can you please email me your address? Because like people always forget this. Amy, the form is on YouTube, by the way. I'm just setting up a few more things here. All right. The new list coming up. There we go. Stas. Sorry, where's my YouTube pop-up? 67K subs. It's all right. It's all right. Don't stress. As long as you're in the chat, that's all that matters. I should close it. I'm gonna close it at 67. Should we just close it at 67? That would be a bit mean, wouldn't it? The 5-digit code is just whatever your PIN number is. But I don't think we need it today because I think most of you guys are here anyway. But just put in any random number and then we'll just get through it. Right. If you're in chat, I'm gonna start spinning, man. Wow, there's still more. What the hell? All right, I've got, if you filled a Google form, then you're in. Man. All right, we're going to do this giveaway in 6 minutes, all right? Nah, let them be, let them be. We've got enough there. Oh, man, there's still more people coming. What is this? Done. Okay, here's our first pen, all right? Good luck, team. We are starting now. I am gonna do the first spinner and then we'll... Oh, I need to write my names down. Damn it. Okay. Page. Yeah, got my names down. 7K giveaway. How many are we doing? 6 or 7, right? Something like that. I got a few more names. Hang on. I'm just gonna add them and then we're good to go. Right, I'm spinning. Spin number 1. Hope you're here. Good luck. Who is it? Who is it? Who is it? Who is it? Oh, is it Mateo or Jessica? Is Mateo? Mateo, are you here? Please tell me you're here, Mateo. Where is Mateo? Is Mateo not here? How can Mateo not be here? Oh, is that you, Mateo? Okay. Mateo, what's your 4-digit code? Oh, wait, not 4-digit. 5-digit code. What's your 5-digit number, Mateo? One 13020. Control F. 13020. Shot. Mateo is our first winner. Congratulations, Mateo. Can you please send me your address and then I will send that away, all right? Close. Now, Mateo, if you do win it again, you have the option of respinning it or giving it away to someone else, all right? So that's the deal. All right. Now we're not gonna ban him. We're just gonna do number 2. Number 2, t-shirt number 2. I think it's all the people from TikTok. Here we go. Maya or Joseph, who is it? There you go, Maya. Maya Graham. Are you here, Maya? All right, Maya, you gotta chuck me your 5-digit PIN number. No 5-digit PIN number, then we can't actually give it. Wait. Hold on. Where is Maya's 5-digit number? Is Maya not here? Oh no, there's Maya. 67676. Really? Is it true? Let me just check. Hang on. Yo, she is Maya Graham. Congratulations. That is correct. You are our second winner. What else? All right, let me just add the new people in. And we're going again. Close. Maya, by the way, if you do get it again, then you are going to have to, what do you call it? You can easily just nominate someone else, or you could respin. Kitty, you got to jump on YouTube to do this, all right? Sorry, we're doing it on YouTube. I completely missed all the stuff that's happening on TikTok. My bad. Make sure you guys do the YouTube, the form that's been pinned, eh? All right, let's go t-shirt number 3. T-shirt number 3. Oh, Laedri, it was so close. All right, Brianna, are you here, Brianna? And what is the 5-digit PIN number? Yes, please. Can you guys send me your address and stuff like that to my email address, please? And then I will sort it out. Brianna, are you here? Are you in a different account? Oh, yep. Got you. 32416 is correct. Congratulations, Brianna. 3 t-shirts down. Yeah, I've added the new people. Brianna, what you got to do is, can you email me your address and then I'll get it done. Adding the new people. Hold on. Oh, I've got usernames. That's why. Okay, let me just grab all the usernames then. I didn't realize I copied the full names. Shall we do full names? Actually, yeah, no, let's do full names. Now let's do usernames. Usernames is more fun, because then you guys can see who's actually here. All right, here we go. Good luck, team. Why is infinity plus 1 there? I just saw my name there. Who put infinity plus 1 as their username? Now let's do full name then, because it's just easier. I'm just copying and pasting my what do you call it? Kitty Cat, there's a form that's actually on Google pinned on the chat. So if you can have a look at it, then you're good to go. Cool. We're going to do 6 or 7, I guess. Number 4. This is number 4. Number 4. Is it Mario? Marlo? What is your PIN number, Marlo? Shot. That is a person that is onto it. Marlo Peterson, can you please email me your address and then I will send that out to you. Adding the new people on. Marlo, it's actually on the email on the description of this video, or if you just go to Instagram, you can email me there as well. Whichever one, my friend. Harry Vinny, we are doing it on YouTube, so if you can jump on YouTube, there's a Google form that you can fill in, and yeah, and then we just keep going. What are we up to now? 6, 7, 30. Damn, not bad. Farah, Makar, James, I'm adding you to the list. All right, here we go. T-shirt number 5. T-shirt number 5. Good luck, team. Good luck. Michael? Ethan? Michael? Ethan? Ethan. Ethan. What's your number, Ethan? Google form, people. If you want to be in, you got to fill the form. Ethan's. Oh, it's you, citizen. I didn't realize that. Nice. Congratulations, Ethan. $67067. You get it. The form is actually pinned at the top in the chat. All right, we're down to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We are going to go to 6. T-shirt 6. Oh, Daniel Hugo. Hey, buddy. Welcome back. A bit late to the chat. But you're in. All right. Number. Oh, we've got a few more. Sorry. Control copy. All right. T-shirt number 6. I think this is 6 and 7 is going to be the last one, team. Good luck. Here we go. Ooh, Yaron? Yaron, what's your code there, buddy? $67 T-shirts. Did you guys all put your code as 67676? Shot, Yaron. Yaron, if you can actually email me your address, I will actually post it out to you, all right? Because I already have your details with what T-shirts you guys want, so that makes it easy for me. All right, team. We are up to the last T-shirt for the night. 6, 7. You got to finish with a 7 T-shirt. 7th T-shirt. All right. Last name in. All right. I got everybody's name. That's 119 people in here. Good luck, team. What are the odds of getting a repeat winner? Let's have a look. Oh, Jeffrey, you were close. Farah, you're close. Is it James? James Og. All right, James. Code, my friend, James. Shout out your code. $550. Wait, where is James? Wait, this is James. You've been annoying. There you go, buddy. That is your T-shirt. All right, team. That was a good fun. We're done. We're gonna go for the night. That is me. Hey guys, honestly, thank you so much for a crazy bit of a night here. Just went to 6-7K subscribers, so that's all. And I did say that I'd make the T-shirts if we do 6-7K. We did. Will I be selling the T-shirts? I'm thinking about doing a pop-up store in somewhere in one of the markets. But next giveaway will be probably the Christmas one, where I'll get the Christmas T-shirt coming out. All right. Late at night, team. I'm done for the night. I gotta go. I gotta get some sleep. Those winners, the 7 winners, if you can email me your address, and then I will send it out to you guys. I don't know how does one efficiently study watching my videos, but apparently sometimes they do. So, but the thing is, like, I did promise them T-shirts if we go to 6-7K, and we did. So why not? Good night, team. Take care. I'll see you tomorrow for probability. All right. I'm signing out. As always, thank you for watching. That was good fun. How do you stop this? I've forgotten everything now. Nah, we're good. Good night, team.